How's everyone tonight? Congratulations, Tracy, on being first. Hello, Jody. Hi, Tracy. Hello, Lee. Dave. Made me laugh. CR, thank you for being here. Marilyn, nice to have you here. Tiffany, awesome. I don't know what's wrong with my computer, but lately, well, it's been for maybe the last 7, 8, 9 months. I don't know, maybe a year. Whenever I open a YouTube live stream, there's a lag. I am just now seeing the comments appearing on my channel there. Like I see them here in StreamYard, but on my channel. And that happens with every single live stream I attend to. So how was everyone this week? Hopefully everyone had a wonderful week. December 1st, already the last month of the year. We are 25 days away from Christmas. I don't know about you, but I can feel the excitement upstairs. The kids have been working on the Christmas tree. Usually it take the first few hours, I should say, to just get the tree up, fix all the little tiny branches, put the lights on. But the kids were so anxious to get the tree up that they decided to do it themselves. So I was able to do my live stream, and they're upstairs working on the Christmas tree. The week went fast. Glad it went fast for you. It's 24 days actually, CR, but we're on the first, I guess. And we can even say 23 because at this time in 23 days, we'll be 4 hours away from Christmas. It'll be Christmas Eve, and we'll be with my family at this time, unless something happens and people get sick like they did a couple years ago. But hopefully things will go according to plan. My week was, what did I do this week? What kind of week did I have? It was just a regular week. I'll get back to that in a minute. The Irvings are watching you. Awesome. I'm glad someone's watching me. That's it. My kids are gone for the weekend. Oh, that's nice. Bite your tongue. Yeah. No, I don't mind talking about my week. I guess I'll be able to see if anyone from work is actually watching my live stream, because I realized that in the past couple of years, been last year, at this time last year, I was talking about mental health, about how I crashed, about how, I was exhausted, mentally tired and all that stuff. But I realized that it was not because of what's going on in my life. I think it's actually because of what's going on at work. I think I am at the point in my life where I need to change something with my work environment. Because when I'm home, I don't feel like crying right now. But when I'm at work, I just feel like, giving up. And so it's time for me to get a new job. I had not an interview this morning, more like a little test that would lead to an interview if I passed the test. I don't know if I did well or not. I know it was a test on Excel. I could probably teach Excel to someone, but I was surprised because the computer was set up in French. And even if I speak French, usually I work in English. And I mean, when you've been working with Excel for the past 15 years, writing down 1.5, and suddenly something comes up on the screen saying that the what's the word? The formula. Formula is not good. It's not working. There's something wrong with the formula. It's like, why would there be something wrong with the formula? I had to clear out what was in my cell and use a little formula button to realize that everything was in French. So instead of putting sum, SUM, with the data that I wanted to add, little star for times 1.5, I had to put sum in French, SOMME, and it wasn't 1.5, it was 1 comma 5. I think it's comma or apostrophe comma. Yeah, comma. So it took me like 15 minutes to realize that. And then there were a few questions about the job I'm applying for is payroll. To deal with all the paychecks, I guess, payroll. And they were asking me questions about, they had specific things like salary, what else? A company owing you money, this and that. And you had to tell whether it was a credit or a debit. That part, I'm pretty sure I was okay. But then you had to say if it was active, passive, an expense, or revenue. I realized after I gave the laptop and the document away that I think I got that part wrong. I mean, I know if someone owes you money, that it's a passive. It's yours, but you don't have it yet. It's passive. It's like a passive income. If you have money in your account, if you have an inventory on your shelf, this is active. If you have to pay for the electricity bill, that's an expense. If you're selling a product, that's an income, a revenue. I know that. But for some reason, I was so expecting to have just something with Excel that, I don't know, might be because I'm 40 and my brain isn't trained anymore to do that kind of test. It's never happened to me, but I just blanked out. I have to do 75% or 80% to pass the test. So basically, I had to have every single answer right after the first one if I got everything wrong in the first one. I'm confident about the last part, but I could have like 99% in the last part, and that would not give me the 80% I need to pass the test. But also, depending how they give out the points, if every single error is like 0 out of 12, possible 12 points, then I failed. But if they're giving, okay, well, you had just one error out of that amount, maybe you're getting 11 points or so on. So maybe I was able to get 6-7 points out of 12 on that question. That's something that I'm not saying that I would be very excited to go to work for that kind of job. I mean, if I could choose, a lot of people, I would love to be like a hockey player or a professional soccer player, or even a soccer coach, or things like that. Singer, professional singer. That's the kind of stuff that pretty much everyone would like to do. There's nothing that I really look forward in a job. I don't see anything that would make me get up in the morning and be like, wow, I'm really happy to go to work today. Because I keep saying we only have one life to live. I want to be able to enjoy it, which is why I'm homesteading, because when I'm home, it gives me something to do that makes me feel like I'm living my life to the fullest. Being in the woods, being in the outdoors, being out in nature. This is the kind of stuff that I love doing. I don't see any job being like that, but this would be a very huge step ahead of what I have now, because I would have the same benefits. I would have the same, like everything I have with the current job, I would have it. I would not be doing the same thing, but I would have an extra $1 an hour. I wouldn't be working with 40 women, and there's like 3 of them that I just can't stand. Sorry if you're listening, but I can't stand you. No, I know they're not listening. I'm not worried. There might be some other people where I intend to go that are a little bit like that, but it's just a fresh start, something new, something different. It would mean so much to me, and my friends are telling me, we're not going to try to keep you here now. I won't change my mind. If I get the offer, if I get the job, I'm taking it. And I even have a second option. I'm going to have an interview. It was supposed to be, I'm going to have to change my calendar, but it was supposed to be Wednesday. I had an interview on Wednesday, but something happened with the manager, and it has to be postponed. I don't know yet when it's going to be, but that will be a totally different thing. It'd be kind of an extra $4 an hour, but I would be out of the union, no more pension, and a few things like that. So it's a wait and see game at this point. Thank you. I wanted to see if someone was going to notice. I was just shaving my beard, and I kept the goatee, and my girlfriend was like, no, not the goatee. Get rid of that. So I just went and shaved this part here, and I sent a picture to my mom. I said, the kids told me I look like dad. And then I sent a picture to my mom, and she's like, my niece, 5-year-old niece. She's like, oh, that's Prepare. That's grandpa. Nope, that's just me. I'm going to shave it after the live stream. It's just something to talk about. I'll be able to refer to this live stream at like the time I had a mustache. I've never had a mustache before. This is the longest I've had a mustache in my life. No, if I have a nice salary, I would probably eat celery. I am not a big fan of celery, but if I noticed, just didn't say anything. Having neat mustaches to keep a good interview. Can you imagine if I went to an interview like this? Well, you guys take a print screen. I'm giving you 5 seconds. Oh, wow, that was scary. I don't know. Since you're here, Tiffany, I want to apologize to you. I planned on sending you some moose jerky when I got back from deer hunting. Unfortunately, it's all gone. The kids ate it all. So either I'm gonna find some more moose burger and I'm gonna be able to make some more, or I'm gonna have to find something else to send you. I took a selfie already. Wanted Dead or Alive was something to do with the 70s and adult film. Oh, porn star. Marilyn is obviously not here because she would be saying something right now. So my daughter sent me a picture. um, not sure exactly what she did, but let's see if I can show it better. Makes me laugh. Kids come first. I just went 30 seconds. Okay. Porn stash. Remy Holmes. Well, you know what? If I can make people laugh, that means you didn't waste your time being here, because you never waste your time when you're laughing. I received another bunch of seeds. Yeah, I know, Marilyn. I know. Even my girlfriend told me I had a problem. But I have a few cantaloupe. I ordered some cayenne pepper. I have a different one here, like this. Because in the foraging or medicinal plant class I'm taking, they're talking about cayenne pepper being one of the best medicinal plant out there. Casper pumpkin, some more cantaloupe, cinnamon basil, sugar baby watermelon. I live in zone 4 and growing zone 4, but now I have a greenhouse. So I'm hoping the snow melts fast enough so that I can go get the greenhouse up. I had to leave my plastic outside because it was attached under the beams that I put on the sides. And I had to take it down from just bring it down and keep it on the ground. And it's on the ground right now. So I'm hoping that the snow melts fast enough that I can bring it up and be able to plant some of this stuff. Cantaloupe, honeydew, watermelon. I also have some more rosemary, lemon balm, lavender. I have some lavender here, but apparently there aren't many kinds that grow in zone 4. This one, it says that it's supposed to be perennial zone 5 to 9. I will still give it a try. I even have catnip. So we'll see. We'll see how that does in the upcoming years. Oh, no worries. My daughter is 13, so she's good. Don't get one. You don't get this, Marilyn? I never have a mustache. You don't have snow on the ground, you're lucky. We don't have a lot of snow, but we definitely have some. It's like half and half. I see like half white, half green at the moment. We have lavender growing inside. Yeah, I wonder if I could grow some inside, and I could probably grow some pepper inside as well. I just remember my mom growing indoor plants, and I'm trying to remember how often she would change the soil. I don't know. I have in mind right now that I need to put some compost and all that kind of stuff, but I don't want to bring compost inside. No snow. You're lucky. But you guys had snow a couple of weeks back. We wanted to go deer hunting when there was snow, and the snow was on the ground the week before we went deer hunting. Peppers growing inside too. Awesome. I have some plants that I brought from outside, although they don't look so good. I don't know if they're going to survive or not. They're still alive, but they don't really have any leaves. Frost doesn't count. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping that it was not going to be sexy. I didn't put it to be good looking. I just wanted to make people laugh. You don't find it weird? My dad has a mustache. I think is kind of stops here. I don't know. I just wanted to keep mine like this. I wonder if I went to work on Monday, what people would say. It was 3 Celsius here today. We had snow pretty much every day, but nothing that's staying on the ground. Except for today. I think today was more like rain. But it wasn't that bad. So more snow in October. I remember on my 6th birthday, that would have been in 1989. We were grouse hunting in the middle of the woods. Everyone had trailers and trucks, and we would go grouse hunting. The whole family was there. And I remember waking up on my birthday with about a foot of snow all on the ground, all over the place. Which was not the norm. It's still not the norm at the moment. I don't remember the last time we had that much snow that early. Usually, like right now, if we have a foot of snow, it stays. Back in the days, a foot of snow could have been gone the next day. It's kind of weird the way things change, right? Yeah, that's what you say, right? Just kidding. Really, Monday through Wednesday? Wow, I'm glad it's not here. Well, hopefully it's not here. I didn't check the weather forecast. Hello, Melissa. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. People are laughing at my mustache. I'm going to shave it after the live stream. I just wanted to see if people were going to notice and give something to talk about, I guess. I want some snow. Our parking is just ice right now. Some packed snow on it would be easier to walk. The only reason that I want snow is because right now, if I put water outside, it freezes, and I don't have enough snow to give to the animals. But if there was enough snow, you can give snow to the animals, and if you give them a lot, they can stay hydrated. Usually my chickens, even my rabbits, all I give them is snow in the winter. Every once in a while, I'll go and sprinkle some water on top of the snow just to make like the snow wet, I guess. Give them a little bit more water. But right now it's hard. It's cold. You give them water, it freezes right away. Every time I go to give water to the rabbits the next day, it's like they didn't even have time to drink the water. I flip the bowl over and everything's frozen. We have 4 inches of fresh and still snowing, half snow in forecast for next 10 days. Wow, that sucks. Unless you like snow, but I don't like it. We have been anticipating. Been nice having a little extra time, get a few things done. Nice. It's quite dry out west. Where exactly are you again, CR? I keep forgetting. Are you in Alberta? You're not in Alberta, are you? Out of beer. That sucks. I have to make a big cleanup back there. Oh, some garden stuff. Who's anxious for spring to come back? I want spring to be here. Start gardening again. Am I the only one? Anyone else? I don't know. In the winter, I just tend to. You can, yeah. I should. I didn't want to break it because the kid put so much effort in it. But yeah, you're right. I could remove the Halloween decorations. Yeah, there's something about spring, summer, and fall. The spring, you're just getting ready to plant everything in the garden. You're trying to get stuff ready for summer to arrive. You're fed up of the winter. You're counting. Well, you can't really count the days, but I mean, you're just anxious to go back outside with the nice weather. And summer. You can't have better than summer. I don't know who would hate summer, but you have to be miserable to hate summer. Then in the fall, it's like all the nice colors, cooler temperatures, but still pretty nice. Hunting season's here. The last harvest, Halloween, Thanksgiving. It's some of the best time of the year. The only thing I like about winter is Christmas. And I used to love Christmas as a kid because I used to love having presents. And now I'm at the point where I love giving. And if I had $1 million in my account right now, I'll be out buying you all Christmas presents. Nano's research. Nope. Not interested in a survey right now. Rained out today. So Tracy, you never ended up getting a deer, did you? And is your hunting season over, or you still have a chance? I know you were busy for a while. You had a few days. Hopefully you won't starve. I noticed your post today. Can you hear this? Hopefully you can't. Fight between the kids, right? Yeah, kids crisis. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. I noticed your your post today, Tracy, about the food that you had to buy. No deer. That sucks. I'm sorry. We haven't seen the winter solstice yet. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Try to tell them that when you're on live stream that they have to behave. And you probably heard one kid and a future wife. It sucks for the deer, and it's great that you have a lot of pork. How much meat did you end up getting from the pork? I helped my friend the day before I left for deer hunting. I'm trying to, because I ended up being sick with the C virus, and I was pretty sure that it was from one of my colleagues, but now I'm wondering maybe it was from that friend. I helped him out with the pigs, and he told me that he was sick for a whole week. So maybe he's the one that gave me the virus. Who knows? Not that it matters anyway. I'm all better now. Nobody in my family was sick. so which is all good. About 140 pounds. That's awesome. And I helped my friend butcher their 2 pigs. And when I looked at the pigs, I'm like, okay, those are like, I don't want to put your hopes too high. So I'm going to be honest with you. I think you have like, I don't want to say like very, very small pigs, but they're not very big. So I told him, if you have 225 pounds on 2 pigs together, you can be happy because they don't look too big. I think he ended up getting like 125 and 140 on the second one, which was 265 pounds total on 2 pigs, which was pretty cool. It's like 130 on average, 132 or whatever. That's good for one person because he was going half and half with his friend. I have to make a video now that I think about it. I have to make a video on my pantry, my freezers, and I also have another video coming on I'm just trying to think about the right way to say it because I have a contract with that company and there's things I can't discuss, but there is a sponsored video coming up. I also want to have a Christmas video just showing how the kids enjoy making the Christmas tree. Hopefully they won't do the whole thing tonight. I'm guessing they were fighting, so they're gone. With it just being me, I have plenty for the year. Oh yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, if you eat like one pork chop, you don't even have like maybe 1/3 of a pound. So you probably have more in 1 year. The Vlogmas, it's just too much for me. The 1 video a day, I tried. I did the 1 video a day for a month. It might be something I do like a vlog and do like 1 video and a little bit every day. I filmed a little bit today, but it's not going to be a video a day. That's for sure. It might be like 1 video per week. Maybe that's something I can try. Tiffany, you're doing it. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, I feel the same way. When you start, you want to make a lot of videos. You want to be out there. You want to be seen. You want to be watched. You want people to watch your content. Honestly, if I look at my stats right now, I only have 230 hours a month, and I used to be around 400. And it's not a lot, but I don't have time to post 1 video per day. I started planning in October and started filming in November to make sure all the days are covered. Cool. Well, that's what you have to do. You have to be ready. You have to prepare. Sometimes it's just hard to make good content. And, I see a lot of people lately talking about the channel. Who was it? Chris and Steph were talking about different directions they want to take with their channel. They actually want to have 1 video for the sheeps, 1 video for the garden, 1 video for something else. I don't quite remember, because they know that they want to work with the YouTube algorithms. And it got me thinking. Annie from Back to Basics Homestead is also thinking about changing the feel of her channel a little bit. So it got me thinking that maybe I should start doing something like that too. My channel is based on if I can have a full-time job and grow tons of food, or grow, forage, harvest, whatever you call it, in a year, over 2,500 pounds of food in a year, anybody can do it. If I was able to do it, there's a way that you can do it too. I was thinking about maybe making something more, how can I explain it? Being more me would mean being more out in nature. And I want to be able to teach a little bit more. I'm getting more and more knowledge about foraging, being in the wild, things like that. And I'm pretty sure that there's different things I can do in the wild, being outside. I keep having the goal of spending one night outside in the woods in the winter. This is something I want to do before I leave this world. It's on my bucket list. I don't know why. You can't ask me to explain it. It's just something I want. I want to do this. I would love to do it in the summer as well. So I'm going to try to plan it. I'm going to try to get it done. I'm going to see what I can do this winter. If I can make a little shelter at some point, be out in nature a little bit more. I see you, Michael, MB Heritage Farms. Thank you for being here. Just give me 1 second. I just want to make sure everything is okay upstairs. I'm gonna leave you with some music. Wrong button. Sorry. I made a short for January already. It's been 6 months for a full video for me. Things just didn't go as planned. Things happen. Sometimes you have an idea of doing something and it just doesn't happen. And I've been watching a lot of videos and reading a lot on YouTube, and they say that you have to be consistent. You have to, if you see one video that's doing very well, you should focus on that type of video. For example, if I know, Michael, you're doing a lot of videos on how to raise chickens and make new chicken breed and stuff like that. If that video takes out, like it starts going up and you have a lot of views, it's usually suggested that you should keep on doing videos on chickens. That would become your niche. A little bit like Tracy ended up having a lot of views on his tractor video, which is why I tease him by calling him the tractor guy, and he doesn't like it. He doesn't want to be the tractor guy, and I don't blame him. I'm just teasing you, Tracy, but I understand. Like, my videos that did the best were the moose hunting video and the deer hunting video from last year. You know, I can't do that 365 days a year. I can only go moose hunting once every solar eclipse. You know, it's like one every 3 to 4 years. If I want to grow my channel, I have to do more than just once in a while, you know. Drinking beer around the wood stove till spring is not good content. Exactly. I hope you're doing well also, Michael. Dave might work on New Year's Eve, though. Yeah, true. My son wants to camp outdoors, too. I wouldn't bring the kids if I did that. I would need to find a sleeping bag that's warm enough. I would need to do a few tests. Like, I'm probably going to do some videos. And I mean, I've said it before, but there's, I'm trying to remember the name of her channel. I think her channel's name is Teacher CBD or something like that. She's French native woman on the Quebec side that does that kind of video, where she goes for a walkabout in the woods. She spends the nights alone. She builds those little on the fly shelters and spends the night there. And I mean, I think she told me I'm pretty sure she's over 60. If she's doing it, I can do it. And I mean, it's not, I don't want to bring her down or anything, but I mean, if she's not afraid to do it, then I shouldn't be afraid to do it. That's what I mean. Make a Quincy rum with the kids. My hubby did winter camping when he was a teen. Cool. See, that's something I want to try. Camp out in a greenhouse. Yeah, my greenhouse is down. I want to create a teepee in the back. That's pretty cool. Beer or wine around a wood stove sounds interesting. Nice. That's true. And good evening, Jane. Nice to have you here. TPB fun. Yeah, I put some stuff in my my wish list on Amazon, hoping that eventually someone's gonna find me interesting enough to just decide to go and buy some stuff. No, I'm not that I'm not that crazy. I don't think people will go and buy me stuff, but I have it there. You know, by having it there, people see what I'm interested in. Who knows? Maybe a friend of mine will watch one of my videos, click on the link, and be like, "Hey, I have one of those hanging out at home, doing nothing. If you want it," or you know, things like that can happen, right? So there'd be like a sleeping bag and a few camping gear, I guess. How to make your own chicken breed made it to 30K. Wow. So that's where, according to YouTube, you would need to keep doing that kind of video. Keep making chicken videos. And I know it's hard because as homesteaders, you know, we want to touch different things. But if you look at Am I Gardener is an awesome channel. He's focusing on the garden. Justin Rhodes, he's probably one of the few exceptions. He's focused on, you know, how to set up the homestead to have everything around his house. But I mean, he just exploded. He's popular, and it's not going to work for everyone. But I see a lot of people and a lot of channels changing directions, going where they think their niche is. And even if homesteading or bringing home food is what I would like to have as a niche, that's not the way YouTube wants it to be. So I'm going to have to find a new tone maybe for my channel. 2024, hopefully I'll be able to bring that on a table. Being more out there in the nature, doing, snares, shelters, foraging, um, camping, picnic in the woods, and things like that. That's probably what I'm going to have to do. I did winter camping with my 4 kids alone in the mountains, but we had a stove for heat. Nice. I have things bought for a 500 members giveaway. Thinking of doing it for 400 instead. How many subscribers do you have right now, Magellan? Let me check. 397. And I don't get it because your channel is awesome. If you're not subscribed to Magellan's channel, please go ahead and do so, because either if you're French or English, she does both. Her videos are bilingual, and she does different things that we're not used to see. And I find it cool. It's always interesting to see what she does because it's always so different. Life in the Valley. Thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well, Thomas. And say hi to Elisa for us. Just a few acres in Ithaca is your ahead of you for tractor videos. I go winter camping, ice fishing all the time. It's a blast. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read a little bit more, like what to make sure you have. The thing is, around here we have so many coyotes. That's the one thing that scares me. If it wasn't, I'm not afraid to freeze or anything like that, because if I'm cold, I'm just gonna walk back home, by walking or whatever. And I'm not gonna go sleep outside when it's minus 40. I'm not that stupid. But there's so many coyotes here that it's a little bit scary. But I just have to build my shelter accordingly. Don't have a niche that I know of. Yeah. I think that you're showing what living on. I don't want to say that in a wrong way, but living like on a limited budget, the things you can do. And I find it amazing that you do all kind of recipes, all kind of activities. You're growing your own food. You're showing people that you don't need to be a millionaire to enjoy life. I don't know if that counts as a niche. Maybe at some point you'll see one video exploding and it'll be like, okay, this is what I have to do. Just keep that in mind. It might not be something that you like doing, but it might be something that you enjoy. So maybe at some point you'll see that popping up, and you know what I mean. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much what it is now, I guess. I don't know. I haven't watched his videos in a long time because I don't have time, and his stuff is awesome. He's like, it's really interesting, but for me to watch his stuff is like dreaming. And when I watch all of you in the chat here and some other friends, it's more like, okay, this is something I can learn from. And my gardener has over 1 million subscribers, and I keep referring to him because you can follow him and do what he does. He's teaching you how to garden. But Justin Rhodes is at the point where he's got more money than we can even think of. to do all the stuff he has. He's got so many sponsors, so many subscribers, so many members. I mean, we are not in the same game. Let's just put it this way. There's no way that I can build a big barn behind here. First of all, the village would not allow it. And second of all, I don't have the money for it. It's pretty simple. So we're not going to have the same life. You know what I mean? Hoping next weekend to get out for a few night winter camp and nice fishing. I don't know, other browns, rainbows, or brook trout. Have to figure out what froze. Well, first been brookie ice fishing a few times now. Nice. Here in New Brunswick, there's only like 6 or 7 lakes that you can fish on in the winter. And it's only for a specific time, and you need a new license for that, like for winter fishing, ice fishing. And the closest one would be about 2-3 hours away from here. So it's not something that we can do very easily. Like, I mean, we can do some ice fishing for smelts, things like that, but not trout and, you know, coyotes. It's timber wolves that are scared. I don't think we have those here. Hank freaking out. Had to go out and get propane from sled wolves all around us on a little lake. Definitely makes the air on your neck stand up. I don't think we have wolves here. I've never seen any. We have a lot of coyotes. Like, when I say a lot, like, usually you don't see them that much, but I see at least 2 or 3 a year in the middle of the day. And I barely go in the woods. I just go in the woods for hunting. There's always a few ones here and there. We meet a coyote hunter in the forest of New Brunswick. Yeah. It's just that I've always been in love with the way of nature. Being outdoors, whether it's fishing, hunting. And it's not even about harvesting an animal. It's about being outdoors. I don't know if you watched my deer hunting video, but there's a little 10 seconds at the end where I'm just sitting on a tree taking a deep breath, and you see like 2 different angles of me taking a deep breath. The air was so fresh, and it smelled so good. It just felt so good to just take a deep breath. I took like 10 deep breaths in a row, just like taking a deep breath, taking as much air as I could, letting it go. It was so relaxed. I could hear the dogs from one of the neighbor, like, far away. I could hear a few cars, like a few 100 meters behind me, passing in the road. But it didn't matter, because the air outdoors, the air was so fresh, was so nice. I enjoyed sitting there and just doing nothing. It was awesome. Being outdoors, you know, some people at work keep telling me that they go out in Florida, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Mexico, because they want to disconnect from the life that they have for a few days or a few weeks. You don't need to pay thousands of dollars to go down, take a plane, go in a hotel. You don't need that. If you spend times in the woods, and some people will say they don't like it, just go for a walk. Go for a walk around a mountain here. We have the Sugarloaf Mountain, and tell me that doesn't feel good. Just go for a walk around a lake. Just go for a boat ride on a lake. Just go snowshoeing in the winter. Tell me that doesn't feel good. Even as much as I hate winter, I will do that in the winter for sure. Almost to 400, yeah. help her out if you're not subscribed to Little Homestead by the Beach. This lady down here, go check out her channel. She's a great person, an awesome human being. She has a great channel. She's a great friend. Go check her out. It's nice to reconnect with the land, water, air around us. Yeah, those are the elements. You know, you're out taking sun, breathing fresh air. You can see details sometimes about nature that people living in the city would never know. There was, for a few minutes when I was sitting on that same tree taking some fresh air, two squirrels started running around, and I could see them running after each other around a tree. Then he would jump on a branch, and the branch would almost break, and then he'd just fall on the ground, and the other one would follow him. And that's crazy. That's pretty cool to see. And it just shows that nature has its own way. When you start watching videos, about nature and all the different animals, the things they do, the way they live, it's always amazing. I was reading today an article about the penguins. There's a type of penguins that sleeps. Well, they don't sleep. They take naps. 10,000 naps a day for an average of 4 seconds at a time. That's what they sleep. 4 seconds at a time. And it reminded me that I once read an article about a guy that was trying to go around the world on a boat. He was sailing around the world. And in order to do it, he was training himself to sleep for 2 hours at a time because he didn't want to get lost at sea. He was sleeping 2 hours, getting up 2 hours, going back to bed for 2 hours, getting up for 2 hours. That was his goal, to be able to do it that way. And trust me, if it wasn't for work, if it wasn't for the stuff that we have to do, maybe that's something we could do. Maybe the human could condition itself to, at some point, do 5 minutes sleep, 15 minutes sleep, and keep going. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool when you think about it. You don't like walks in the woods anymore? Why not? Why don't you like walking in the woods? You have a beautiful property with a food forest. You'll be walking in your food forest soon. I'd say a good 50% of people have no idea about anything outside. Some of the people that come out from the city just can't believe we live out here and how we do. Most of the people that came out of the closet, they have been to nature and the live edge piece of wood. They're being home. Yeah. When people from the city, I don't want to say all of them, some of them. And I mean, I don't know how true it is, but I even heard some people from the States thinking that us people in Canada lived in igloos. There were people from down my own province that thought that people up here were traveling with horses. I thought you guys were traveling with horses. I'm like, what? Are you guys insane? So it shows how disconnected some people are. I mean, I know that the medicinal field had some huge advancement in the past century. But if you remove that aspect, people were living out in the nature since forever, and they were doing it. Growing food, harvesting, foraging, putting some food aside for the winter. They were doing it. So there's a way to do it. 3 hours a day. My greenhouse is 82 Fahrenheit on a sunny day. Who needs Florida? Exactly. And I know for a fact that you like going in your greenhouse, sit down, and having home brewed beer. Did you know king geese only sleep in half their brain at a time? I didn't remember. Now that you mention it, I remember reading about it. That's pretty cool, right? Like, when you think about it, that's how they can keep flying and always stay alert. Cobra chickens. Dolphins do that too? Cool. Micro naps. Yep. And yeah, it'd be nice if humans could do that too. You go to bed, you could go to work for 8-9 hours, come back home, sleep for 4 hours, then go ahead and do something else for 4 or 5 hours, go to bed for another 4 hours. It's probably doable. And honestly, I keep telling people that I don't know how they do it when they work night shifts, because I would be so out of balance. I mean, um, my sleep would be disrupted bad. But I guess once you start doing it, you get used to it. Maybe it was part of my early career and did burnout climbing hills in the woods. Yeah, you don't need to climb to walk. I like just going outside, sitting down, putting my head against a tree, closing my eyes, and just listening to the sound of nature. When I didn't fall asleep deer hunting this year, but usually I do that and I fall asleep because it's so relaxing. There's nothing better. There's nothing more relaxing than just sitting down in the nature and just doing nothing. Forest inventory was not my best job. Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to you about that at some point, because I was not deer hunting. I was grouse hunting with the kids, and this truck was parked on the side of the road. And I asked them if everything was fine, because you see forest rangers. I mean, you're thinking they're gonna stop you and search you, and I'm like, are you guys lost or looking for something like on a private road like this? And the guy was like, no, we're here gathering data for I don't know what. I didn't quite understand what he was doing, but he was parked there for a little while, so I don't know what he was doing at all. And apparently he knew who I was, because he told me that he saw my brother that day, and I didn't know who he was. Is it me or is the sound cutting? I don't know. Is there a problem with my microphone? Or is it just you? Can you guys hear me well? I have grown up in the forestry industry. I can remember when I was a little kid running around the landing. And I mean, I was raised by my parents. My dad was a hunter. My mom loves going in the woods. I have a few uncles that have camps and cabins in the woods. I remember camping in the woods so often. I even remember my dad owning one of those three-wheelers, Honda. And he didn't want to bring us for drives because he said that it was too dangerous. And I remember when he got the first four-wheeler, it was a Suzuki. And there was so much weight on the back that going just like a small hill, like maybe like 6 inches high, it would go like this, and you could flip on the back. I remember he had to build like a weight, like a 60-pound weight, and put it on the frame on the front of the ATV, because otherwise it was just too dangerous. So he didn't keep that one for long. He switched for a Honda not too long after, and then he never looked back. Although I don't think he has a Honda right now. I think he has one of those Outlanders. I'm not 100% sure. But I remember going for drives, and it was the best time. Going grouse hunting with my dad was just the best. We never complained. Sitting behind the truck or in the middle of the truck, depending which truck we took, there was nothing better. And I see you with your mail, Thomas. I would love to have one like this. I would so much love to have a mill. Even though I don't have a land, my goal when I retire, I want to have a land. I don't know how big it's gonna be. I don't care. I don't need to have 100 acres. I don't need to have 200 acres. If I have something, even if it's just 1 acre in the woods, I'm gonna be happy. And it's not because I want to cut woods. It's just because I would love to have a little cabin. Nothing big, just something the size of a tent. Big enough to have a wood stove and have like a bunk bed. That's all I need. And have maybe a little table. Somewhere I can go and disconnect. Go there and make a little fire in the wood stove and just relax. There's nothing better. All good now. Good. Had to refresh. Got a Tim's ad. Yeah, YouTube started doing that lately. I've noticed that too. In the middle of a live stream, you get an ad. This is good on your side and good on your side too. Awesome. I go into woods to collect native plants and seeds. And do you plant them on your property after? What kind of plants are you talking about? Yeah, it's crazy when you think about people starving. Sorry, I'm tired. You think about how people are starving to death, and yet there are so many different things you can eat in the woods. It's just crazy. Let me just go and do one thing here. I was wondering if Scott was going to go live tonight, and I can see that he did not go live. I'm just going to add a redirect here in case I finish early and it doesn't want to work. Is it going to come up? It doesn't even want to come up. Oh, would it be that one? Oh, I can't share it because people don't allow me to share their live stream. Oh well, too bad for them. They're losing possible viewers. Makes me think. I have a friend that is responsible for our native seeds library near Ottawa, I think. Cool. Too many lawns. You'd be surprised, CR. Hey, Daisy. You'd be surprised how many plants grow on your lawn that is actually edible and actually quite delicious. Dandelion is one of them, and I know we're kind of fed up of the dandelion because there's so many and they grow all over the place and they take over and they spread like crazy. But the leaves, the young ones, they're just like spinach. And I mean, you go and buy a lettuce at the store, don't buy spinach. You have dandelion right there. We went in 2020 in February before all the happened. We went snowshoeing with a bunch of colleagues, and it was like I don't know. I ended up making it a date night with my girlfriend at the time as well. We went snowshoeing, and it was a nice supper, and we spent some time there. I ended up having a very nasty cold, so I didn't stay too late. But the supper was, I don't remember. I think it was chicken with something else, but the side dish was a salad of dandelion leaves with I don't know what else, and it was actually pretty good. And when I saw that, I'm like, hey, that's dandelion. I'm like, okay, so there's nice things you can do with that. And when you start reading about it, and if you really look deep into foraging and that kind of stuff, there's so many plants out there that you can eat. Cedar. You can take the green part of a cedar and make a tea. It's very, very rich in vitamin C. This is some of the stuff that I wanted to have for Christmas. If I don't get it, I might just buy it myself. It's not that expensive, but I want to have a kit that I can just go for a walk and, cook on fire if I want to. Cast iron or whatever, make a little hole, make a little fire in the woods, in the snow, and cook a meal. That's stuff I would love to do in the winter. I don't necessarily need to sleep in the woods to have fun doing this. Teacher TBD, teacher TBD. If you understand French, even if you don't, she doesn't talk that much. The lady is amazing. Teacher TBD, TDB, TBD. She's doing some great stuff, and this is what I want to do. I want to go out there in the woods. I want to go out there in the wild. Well, just a little. Let me find it. I have it in my wish list. Let me see if I can find it quickly, instead of trying to explain what it is. A bunch of different tea. I have this. I hear the kids playing Johnny Cash in the background. Okay, so let me share my screen here. There's nothing compromising. See, just a little thing like this, where I could make a fire and put this on top and cook, and then I could have some of those skillets, and it says silicone utensils, but I don't see them on the image. But just a few pots like this that I could put on the grill and cook. Price drop 38%. Nice. I'm gonna send the link to my mom. And even something like this. I had another one. What happened? It didn't open up. Let's see. I have a bunch of things in my wish list, a bunch of different tea. Something like this, even. You know, something that can make tea, just be out there in the wild, cook things. You know, if I leave with a backpack and I just go for a little walk, I want to be able to stop, make a little fire, cook a lunch, heat up a little bit, and come back. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to be out there in the woods. Ring of fire. You heard it. Awesome, Tracy. Thank you so much for being here. And burn, burn, burn. The ring of fire. The ring of fire. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. With mustache. It must be almost creepy hearing me sing with a mustache. Can you even hear the music in the background? Anyone else has something they want to share? Anyone taking different direction, thinking about it? You don't hear the music? What else? What else? What else? I think I talked about it last week or the week before. I want to have an orchard here as well, so that's something that I'm gonna build. I also have my dad's land where he has a bunch of apple trees that I want to clear out a little bit too. Chickens. True, you have your own chickens now. Well, you had a few chickens before, but you ended up with a bunch of roosters that you had to put in the freezer camp. And I saw a picture where you finally got your first egg. That was amazing. Did you eat it yet? Did you have a little fight between, like, was there a little fight between you and Gab to see who was going to eat it? Or did you ended up having more than one? And I remember my first egg. It's like when you watch a TV show and the hero of the show does something for the first time, and it's like, oh, that was cool, I did that. And then by the end of the show, it's just like, we do that all the time. We don't even talk about it now. You have your first egg. It's like all amazing and all cool, and you're all proud. But after 100 dozens, it's just like, oh, we have more eggs. Yay! What do we do now? We have to give them away. We have to sell them. I'm going to bring some to work. I'm going to bring some to my parents. I'm going to bring some to my brother. And you just end up having too much. Selling my land and moving to the old folks' home. You're still quite away from there, Dave. You still have a lot of energy. Well, we're a little bit younger than you are, but you still have, what's the word? You still have the knowledge, and you're still young enough to do all the work. I mean, you're doing more than we do most of the time. You sow in the spring and sow in the winter. I still had to eat the one we bought before, and I want to share the first one. Oh, so cute. So less exciting. Yeah, definitely less exciting after a while. It's like the first squash you bring in. It's like, look, honey, I have a nice squash. Let's cook it for supper. And then after like 100 squash, she just wants you to take the squash and throw it outside for the birds, I want to be like you when I grow up, Dave. Yeah. I'm going to have to let the beard grow a little bit. I think, right? Well, no, not necessarily. You have the mustache. I'm going to have to keep the mustache, I think, if I want to look like Dave. Oh, my back. That chair is a lot more comfy than the one I had before, but still, sitting still, it's always hard on the back. I'm sliding out. Take care. I'm Cedia. Thank you for being here, CR. Have a nice weekend. Well, as I begin to do more sport, egg is a good snack to have. I'll do kind of mini omelet, I think. I tried what Kendra and Welderstead did. I ended up having a few extra eggs, and I scrambled them, put them in the freezer in small Ziplocs. I cooked some a while back, and it was delicious. It's not as good as a fresh egg, but it's still better than what you buy at the store, I found. Oh, so much love tonight, guys. That's awesome. You're like the daughter I never had. Well, I'm lucky I have a few daughters and a few sons. And I started coaching the handball team. The first practice, I was just like, oh my God, like that's going to be a long season. They're all a bunch of new players that never played handball before. And it's a kind of game where strategy is a big part of the game. And I'm not the best coach at handball. You know, I used to coach soccer. I played soccer. I never really played handball. So I'm going to try to get help from people around that know a little bit more. They don't really want to get involved. They don't really have time to get involved. But they will have time to come for a few sessions, like they told me. So we have the school principal that's also my third cousin, and he told me that he was going to come if I ever needed help. He doesn't mind coming for a few practices here and there. So I'm going to get him to come and do one practice if he's still interested. We have one of the best referee around. She's a coach. She's a referee. She's played handball. She played soccer. She coaches soccer. She coached handball. She didn't want to be involved with me because there aren't enough referees around. And that's what she told me. She said, if I go help you, there won't be enough referees and I can't do both. But she's like, I don't mind going to give you a few practices here and there just to help you out a little bit. I'm starting to understand the rules. I'm pretty sure I know the rules. Like, I don't know all the tiny little details, but I understand the game enough to teach it to the kids. But it's hard when you have a bunch of new kids that never played the sport before. When I arrive in and I don't necessarily know how to teach them the proper way. So that help is going to be very, very welcome. Second practice was a whole lot better. I kind of enjoyed second practice a lot more. The kids were more involved, and they seemed to have a little bit more what I call drive. Like they were more focused on, going hard on goal and things like that. It's a sport that if you just sit back and relax and watch the game, you're going to get crushed. You can play indoor soccer, play relax, control the ball, control the game, control the tempo of the game a little bit. You can manage and get by. Handball, you can't really do that because after a while, you're going to end up losing the ball and the other team's going to attack. And if you're not ready, you're going to get scored on. So it's going to be a different game for me and a different game for the kids. My daughter was playing last year, and it's no surprise that she is very, very good this year. But she surprised me because last year she was the goalie, and this year she doesn't want to go goalie. And I'm glad she doesn't want to be a goalie because she's my best player. She was throwing the ball as hard as the boys were last year. And I saw her throw the ball the first time. I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? That was my daughter right there that shot that ball. I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then she started doing it over and over again. I'm like, okay, like she can throw a ball. I have a few players that are starting to understand the game a little bit more. Even my son, he's a little bit smaller. He's small for his age, but I think that he's going to be a good passer. He's not going to have like the strong arm to be able to score from the middle. He knows that. And I hope he understands that he's not going to be the one scoring 10 goals per game. But if he can be a playmaker and control the game, that I can see him doing. And that's going to bring our team to a whole new level. And I think he can do it. He understands the game so far in terms of intercepting the ball and making, I don't want to say a long pass, but a quick pass up front, like playing more straight to the net instead of playing sideways. And, I get the ball, you're alone, I'm throwing you the ball, you're gone, you're on a breakaway, and hopefully you'll score. I think he understands that part of the game. So if he can do that, but now I just have to teach him how to calm down and play sometimes. He's going to learn that by playing, and it can work well. I have a few more players that are a little bit shy. One of the parents told me that, she's happy that her daughter's playing a sport because she's anxious and shy, and she's introverted a lot. And from what I can see from that girl in the practices, she's actually doing pretty well. And I told her, Mom, I'm like, you can be proud of your daughter because she's doing well. She's playing great. Of course, it's her first time playing. She's not going to be Cristiano Ronaldo when he plays soccer, or she's not going to be Wayne Gretzky in hockey. But she's getting involved. She's not afraid to get involved. And to me, when a girl plays a mixed sport, or even anyone that would just play a sport for the first time, if you're getting involved, that's awesome. I remember last year the girls were afraid to shoot. They were always looking for a guy to pass the ball to because, hey, I'm a girl. I'm not going to score. I'm going to give the ball to you. You go and score. But not this year. The girls want to get involved in the game. I don't know if on the long term it's going to be the best strategy because, I don't want the girls to only shoot either. I want them to mix the game a little bit. But if they're not afraid to shoot, they're not afraid to get involved in the game, that's going to make a huge difference. And at first I thought that maybe we were going to have, I don't want to say a weak team because I don't want to bring the players down, but maybe not as competitive as last year because I'm not the best coach and they're all a bunch of new players. But now I'm starting to think that maybe they just need like a few good practices. They just need to understand the game. We have one guy that's a pretty tough guy, throws the ball hard, and he just needs to have that drive to crash the net. Don't hesitate to to use your strength and your body to just get in there and throw the ball. Miley is doing it. She understands that part. We have one of the new guys that's doing it. We have 2 left-handed players. That's going to be awesome to have. Last year, we didn't have one single left-handed player. If we had that girl and that guy last year, pretty sure we could have won the regionals. Now, we need a team to win, and it's going to be a matter of learning to play as a team as well. But you never know when that could happen. But it's just fun to get involved with my kids. I enjoy it. It's a different ball game for sure. That's going to be my winter. It's not some stuff that I can film because obviously there's kids and they're not my kids. But if I'm not out in the woods, I will be coaching handball. Well, I didn't get one single comment in the last 10 minutes, and usually when I have nothing else to say and people don't comment, it means that it's time for me to go. An hour and 33 minutes that I was live. That's pretty good. Remember, if I ever pass 30 watchers, 30 viewers at one point, I do a t-shirt giveaway. It's still on until I say it's not. So next Friday, share my live stream, share the videos, talk to your friends, talk to everyone you know, anyone interested in having a chat, having a chance to win a t-shirt. Share, like, thumbs up. And if you do, I will thank you. Thank you very much. So Marilyn, you're still here. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you have a great weekend. I will see you again next Friday. And I just posted a short video just before that. The people in the chat, in our messenger chat, you've seen the video already. I just have to get a video ready for next Wednesday. And that's going to be what I'm going to be working on tomorrow morning. That and the Christmas tree. So it's going to be a nice weekend. Take care, everyone. And see you later. I'm going to leave you with some music again. I like leaving you with some music because I never know. Some people might just be gone. Keep the computer on. It gives me extra watch time. Or some people just like to have the music on. If you don't like the music, you can leave now. And if you don't mind the music, you can stay a few more minutes. Take care.